Zina was a new student at a preparatory school. She was always curious and liked to notice everything around her. On her first day, she looked around the school playground. It was large but empty and gray. The ground was all concrete, and there were just a few old benches. Students threw their trash on the ground, and no one seemed to care. This place could be so much better, Zina thought. She had an idea, but she didn't know if anyone would listen to a new student. At lunch, she sat with her new friend Nancy, who was kind and always honest about how she felt. "I don't like this area," Nancy said. "It's a little depressing. What if we changed it?" Zina asked, "What if we planted a garden?" Nancy looked surprised. "A garden? Do you know how to grow plants?" "Not really," Zina said, showing honesty, "but I want to learn." We could learn together. The idea stayed in Zina's mind all day. She imagined students eating lunch among flowers, plants, and maybe even vegetables. She imagined students being proud of the place. She knew the idea wasn't easy. It would need time, hard work, help, and even maybe money. But something inside her said it was worth it. Maybe, just maybe, this garden could be more than just a place. It could be a way to bring the school together. Zina decided to take responsibility for her idea. She researched school gardens online and wrote a simple proposal. She explained both the good and the difficult sides. The next week, she showed courage by speaking at the student council meeting. Her hands were shaking, but she believed in her plan. "I want to create a garden behind our school," she said. "It would be a beautiful place to eat lunch, and we could grow vegetables for the cafeteria, but I need help." Some students laughed. "You're just a new student," one said. "Why should we listen to you?" Zina felt hurt, but she ignored the comment. "This is my school too. Everyone deserves a nice place to learn and enjoy breaks." Ms. Hoda, the biology teacher, liked Zina's determination. She helped Zina speak to different students. Zina soon found that many students had special talents. Nancy was good with tools, Noha loved painting, Amal was strong, and Sarah was very organized. Zina helped everyone feel confident about their talents. The garden was no longer just her idea, it became their shared project. The project started, but it wasn't easy. First, they needed money to buy seeds, tools, and soil. Zina showed initiative by asking the local community for donations. She was always honest about how the money would be used. Then, it rained for 2 weeks, and some of their first plants died. Amal was upset. "This is too hard," she said. "Maybe we should just quit." Zina felt disappointed too, but instead of giving up, she showed determination. "I understand you're frustrated," she said kindly. "But we're doing something good for the school. We can't stop now." The team worked together to solve the problems. They decided to change their plan. They researched which plants grow best in their climate and how to protect them from too much rain. They also built a better watering system and learned how to care for different kinds of plants. Slowly, the garden started to look better again. The team felt proud because they had solved the problems together. After 3 months of hard work, the garden finally looked amazing. Students started eating lunch outside, surrounded by fresh tomatoes, lettuce, and colorful flowers. The cafeteria began using some of the garden vegetables, which made everyone feel proud. Zina learned something new about being a leader. It didn't mean she always had the answers. It meant being responsible for both the successes and the mistakes. When some plants didn't grow well, Zina didn't blame anyone. Instead, she worked with the team to find solutions. The students also learned about global responsibility. They used eco-friendly methods, no harmful chemicals, only natural fertilizers. This also helped the soil and reduced trash. Students from other classes started visiting the garden. Some asked how they could help. Others just wanted to enjoy the beautiful garden. The garden had changed the school and it had changed the students. They were no longer just classmates. They were a team with a shared purpose. At the end of the school year, Zina looked around the garden and smiled. It started with just an idea. Now it was a real space full of green plants, colors, and life. But the biggest change wasn't in the garden. It was in the students. Students were now more careful with the school. They threw less trash on the ground and showed more respect for the environment. Nancy discovered a love for growing food and wanted to study agriculture. Noah's signs and drawings made the garden beautiful and inspired others to add art around the school. Amal, who had almost quit, became one of the most dedicated gardeners. She even came early to water the plants. Zina realized something important. Being honest with others and with yourself helps people trust you. She had always talked about her limits and didn't pretend to be perfect. That made her a better leader. The garden project had changed the way people treated their school and each other. It had helped students grow not just as learners, but as people. The next year, Zina was chosen president of the student council. She learned a lot from the garden project, especially about being a real leader. It didn't mean doing everything alone. It meant helping others and being honest when things were hard. Now, her ambition was bigger than just a garden. She wanted to help students believe they could change their school and maybe the world. Everyone has something special to offer, she told new students. When we work together with respect and determination, we can solve any problem. The garden continued to grow. Students added more plants, painted benches, and created quiet spaces for reading. It became a symbol of what students could do together. Zina had learned that growth doesn't happen only in plants. It also happens in people, especially when they show courage to try something new and strength when things go wrong. She knew she still had more to learn, but she also knew something very important. Small ideas can lead to big changes when people believe in them.